The woman just finished recording a breakup video, right after she locked herself in the secret room, deliberately creating the illusion of a disappearance. And the reason she did this was only to test if her husband really loved her. But this would be the beginning of her nightmare. The husband happily held flowers in his hands, coming back ready to give them to her. But he only saw that video, so he hurried and anxiously searched everywhere, while the woman showed a proud smile on the side. It seemed he still loved her very much, but her game was not over yet. When her husband called, she deliberately did not answer, to see how he would react next. But soon she realized she was wrong. The man sat on the bed for a while, then suddenly smashed the flowers hard against the mirror in front of him. Seeing this, she finally realized she had gone too far. She quickly ran to get the key to open the door, but searched through the whole backpack and did not find it. Then she remembered. She accidentally dropped it on the ground when picking up the bag. Now she could not laugh anymore. She never thought she had made such a big mistake. She rushed to her husband for help, but he could not see her at all, because the mirrors here were one way. From inside you could see outside, but outside you could not see in. She wanted to call him, but there was no signal in here at all. And even worse, this glass was bulletproof, and also soundproofed. Hitting it made almost no sound, not to mention breaking it open. And her husband had no idea there was a secret room here, because the house was rented. The landlady was the one who told her about it. The facilities inside were complete. Even food and water were stored. It was almost like a small bedroom. It was built for their family to hide during the war. The woman originally thought she could hide here to play missing, and then see her husband's reaction, because recently she found out he always liked to stay alone in the office with his assistant, and in order to help him achieve his dream of being a music conductor, she gave up her job and followed him far away, to this strange place. She never thought this guy would be unfaithful, so she came up with this plan to test him, but now she ended up trapped inside. She tried every way she could, but could not find a way out. Looking at her heartbroken husband outside, the woman suddenly felt regret. It turned out he cared so much about her. She thought maybe there was some misunderstanding. Maybe he really was only talking work with the assistant. But soon she realized she was wrong again. Only 1 week later, her husband came back with another woman, even making out on the bed in front of her. The woman was extremely disappointed. She never thought he would have a new lover so soon. It seemed she was not wrong about him. She desperately banged on the glass, hoping he would hear and stop. But everything was in vain. After calming down, she started thinking of ways to escape. She found a spoon, trying to dig open the wall. She thought since the wall was only 2 centimeters thick, she should be able to make a hole quickly. But as she dug, she discovered there was a steel plate inside. She fell into deep despair. If she had not tested her husband in the first place, maybe this marriage could have lasted. Now she could only live like a rat in this dark room. Even though there was food, it had long expired. Even the water was murky. In such an environment, she could not hold on for long. But unexpectedly the next morning, she saw her rival wearing her pajamas, even using her toothbrush, clearly wanting to be the mistress of the house.
¡Dios mío! ¡Hija de puta! ¡Hija de puta!
But the next second, the rival seemed to hear something, and put her head next to the sink. The woman grabbed onto this like a lifeline, and cried again toward the faucet. Seeing the rival react, she increased her strength, but her throat was almost hoarse from shouting. The rival suddenly ran back and started brushing her teeth, as if everything just now was an illusion. Looking at the photos of herself and her husband, the woman was filled with regret. Now even her home was taken away, but she did not plan to give up. She found a map in the secret room, and discovered there was a switch that could control the water temperature outside. So when the rival took a shower, she secretly raised the temperature. The rival screamed from the heat. Seeing this, she almost could not hold back her laughter, and successfully lured the rival to the sink. So she tried shouting into the faucet again. This time the rival finally sensed something strange, but was scared and ran away. But that night, the rival accidentally found the key that had fallen on the ground. Seeing this, the woman became excited and uneasy. She thought she was about to be rescued, but the rival wore it as a necklace instead, as if declaring she was the real owner here. The next day, her husband got a call from the police. They found a body in the suburbs that looked very much like his wife, so they asked him to come take a look. After the man left, the rival smiled smugly at the mirror.
No sonrías, zorra, que no estoy muerta.
But it was not over yet. The rival then filled the sink with water. The woman understood her meaning, so she picked up a stick and banged hard on the pipe. Soon ripples rose in the sink.
Para.
Now the rival was certain. Someone was trapped inside. Before she only guessed. But what she saw just now made her believe it. To be safe, she decided to test again.
Empieza. Para. Belén. ¿Estás muerta? ¿Qué más quisieras? ¡Venga! ¿Estás viva? ¿Estás atrapada?
After getting a definite answer, the rival began trying to rescue her, but it was obvious the mirror could not be removed. Just then the dog at home barked wildly at the wardrobe. She instantly thought of something and asked if the secret room door was by the wardrobe. After getting a yes, she quickly ran over to try moving the glass, but the door was not there. This made the woman inside frantic, wanting to tell her but unable to. Luckily, after fumbling for a while, the rival also realized something was wrong and started searching the bookcase nearby. Finally, she found the secret door. The hidden compartment above was the lock, but when she was about to open it, she hesitated. The hidden compartment above was the lock, but when she was about to open it, she hesitated, because once the woman inside came out, she would definitely drive her away. She would no longer be the mistress here. Thinking of this, she chose to cover up the truth without hesitation.
Lo siento.
But just then the man came back.
¿Quién hablabas? ¿Qué ha pasado afuera?
Con nadie. Estaba buscando un libro.
The woman inside could only helplessly pound on the glass, hoping to awaken her conscience, but everything was already settled. The truth would be buried forever, and the rival would completely become the new mistress here. The next day she changed the bedsheets, moved all her own things in, and threw out all the woman's belongings. A week later she filled the sink with water again, to see if the woman was dead.
Belén, ¿estás bien?
But no ripples appeared on the water, so she filled it with hot water and used the steam to write a greeting on the glass, but the result was the same. After waiting half an hour, there was still no response, but the next day, her police friend brought her some documents, full of photos of the man secretly meeting the secretary. Only then did she realize the Prince Charming in her eyes was actually a jerk, a scumbag. Both she and the woman were just two of his many lovers. After much hesitation, she decided to save the other woman who was also deceived. So after the man went out, she opened the door with the key, but when she went in, the secret room was already a mess. She could not imagine how the woman lived in such harsh conditions. By then the woman was lying on the bed, barely breathing.
Belén.
Just then the woman suddenly opened her eyes and knocked her out with a wine bottle, then grabbed the key and rushed out of the secret room, locking the door tightly. Now it was the rival trapped inside. Afterward she did not choose to take revenge on her husband, but left this sad place alone. When the man came back, he only saw the key on the bed and the photo of them on the mirror. The key was the last bit of hope she left for the rival, but in the end whether she could get out depended on whether the man could discover the secret room.